Okay, well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to whatever time you're tuning in, and welcome to Pen Friends with your host, Andrew. So, the subject of today's video are these two Lamy Safaris which I've customised and painted. Okay, well, welcome one and all, and just a few words I'd like to share before we actually get into the meats and bones of this video. Thanks are owed to some people. I'm going to try and keep this as brief as possible because I've recorded this video about 6 times now, and each time the camera stopped. So let's hope we can get through it on this one. Momento Studio out of Japan has been an absolute inspiration in terms of actually customizing fountain pens to start with. She produces Urushi lacquer pens, which are a little bit more unique than perhaps some which you are more commonly seen from the likes of Nakaya or Namiki. She uses various different regional techniques from Japan, which can be seen on very traditional Japanese lacquerware. So do go and check her out. She has incredible prices, which, to be honest, shocked me. £200 for a customised Urushi fountain pen. That's what it starts at. You know, if you start introducing Raiden, that will start around about £250, £300 going up. But yeah, please do go and check her out. Lovely lady to talk to, and there are a few videos online which I'll link to. Inky Rocks has just done a top 3 from Appleboom. Appleboom. Sorry, I can't pronounce your last name, but yeah, go and check out the videos from Inky Rocks, and she's just done a lovely feature on Pukamondu's pen and talked about her relationship. So that's definitely worth going to check out. Secondly, I'd like to thank Ryan Prusak for inspiring me to use acrylic paints. He was the one who suggested acrylic paints to start with, so without his feedback from his techniques, I probably wouldn't have been producing these fountain pens. And lastly, I'd like to thank the Fountain Pen Network for the wonderful feedback which I've received in terms of actually producing these fountain pens. So thank you. And in particular, I'd like to thank on the Fountain Pen group on Facebook, Steph, who left a very kind comment in terms of how to finish these pens off. Steph, thank you. He goes by the name of Grandmere Pens on YouTube, so go and check him out. And he also does restoration on vintage fountain pens, and his work is absolutely fantastic. Okay, right, so into the actual subject of today. This is just an update on the actual pens and where I've actually got to. I've now done 2 pens. I'm not going to do the cap on this one because I like the actual contrast between the blue of the water and the sort of the mango finish on the special edition. So that's where we're going to be at that one. The last thing I've got to do really to these pens is I've got to lacquer them, and thank you, Steph, for your suggestion. Now I just need to figure out how to eject the actual finial from the top of the actual cap. And once I've done that, I'm going to get some car lacquer to actually spray them. A few questions I received on the actual Facebook groups were, how did I go about painting it? Acrylic paint is a simple enough answer. I used acrylic paint from Winsor & Newton, and I used their foundation brushes, which are actually watercolour brushes, but they seem to be working absolutely fine for acrylic paints. Over time, they probably won't really last because they're synthetic brushes, and I've not had great success with them lasting, but for £5, for something which I wasn't sure how I was going to actually work on these surfaces, I think that was money well spent. I've also had comments about people wanting to potentially purchase or get pens customised. Yes is the answer. I will customise your pen in the future, but I need to get more familiar with the finishing techniques to start with. So I will post another video and also post on my Instagram, and I will possibly get a website to actually talk more about in detail about my customizations. But anyway, thank you once again for listening. And I'm just going to close off with a few close-ups of these pens, and I shall see you in the next video. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to comment, subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and if you've got any feedback, please leave that again in this section below, and bye for now.